Well, good morning. It is Wednesday, September 2nd, and time for a morning devotion. And today's comes from Psalm 32. It's called The Joy of Forgiveness. And so the psalmist writes, "Happy are those whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Happy are those who the Lord imputes no iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. While I keep silence, my body wastes away, though my groaning all day long, for day and night your hand are heavy upon me. My strength was dried up as the heat of the summer. Then I acknowledged my sin, and I did not hide my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgression to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. Therefore, let all who are faithful offer a prayer to you. At a time of distress, the rush of the mighty waters shall not reach them. You are a hiding place for them. You preserve me from trouble. You surround me with glad cries of deliverance. I will instruct you and teach you the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Do not be like a horse or a mule without understanding, whose temper must be curbed with bit and bridle, else it will not stay near you. Many are the torments of the wicked, but steadfast love surrounds those who trust in the Lord. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, O righteous, and shout for joy, all you upright in heart." And so ends our reading from Psalm 32 this morning. And so the key passage here is verse 5. "Then I will acknowledge my sin to you, and I do not hide my iniquity. I said I will confess my transgression to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin." And so we're kind of talking about righteousness here and what it might mean to be a righteous person. And so the very beginning it says, "Happy are those whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sin is covered." The lives of the righteous are full of sin, full of hypocrisy, full of all those things. But the lives of the righteous are also the lives of forgiveness, where we witness to God's grace. That is what makes us righteous. Not righteous as in a proud or haughty way, but righteous before God, humbly before God. It makes us correct with God, gives us a right relationship with God. It means we are a forgiven people. So the psalmist, whoever it is that is writing this, has something going on in his lives. And finally, because he says, my body is wasted away, I groan all day long, my hands are heavy upon me, my strength is dried up. Something is going on with this person. And once he acknowledged his sin and confessed his transgression to the Lord, and the Lord forgave him, which God always does, then his life became free. His life became better. A time of less stress, or distress is the word that they use. We're not washed away by the mighty waters because they sought forgiveness. And friends, I invite us, we are all God's creatures, perfect in some way, shape, or form, yet we have all this junk in our lives, this baggage, this stuff that we carry, yes, call it sin if you want, that we need to confess to the Lord. And here's the thing. I ask you to confess specifically what that sin is. Don't just say, God, forgive my sin. You know what they are. Speak to God. Take some moments to express those sins, and you're going to feel a weight come off of your shoulders like you have never had happen before. I acknowledge my sin to you, and I didn't hide my iniquity. I confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave my guilt, O God. What a great statement. Go forth this day seeking forgiveness from God. Go forth seeking forgiveness from our neighbors as well, but certainly from God. For God will forgive and make us right, and we will receive God's grace and God's glory.